Hello everyone, good morning. We are the Reporter 1 and now we're gonna discuss the Lesson 1. Science, Technology, and its Significance to Society and Contemporary World. A. Meaning of Science and Technology. Science and Technology. Science, Technology and Society, or STS, also referred to as Science and Technology Studies. It is the study of how social, political, and cultural values affect scientific research and technological innovation, and how this, in turn, affects society. Science, technology, and society scholars are interested in a variety of problems involving the relationship between scientific and technological innovation and society, and the direction and the risk of science and technology. The field of STS is related to history and philosophy of science, although with a much broader emphasis on social aspects of science and technology. Science, technology, and society refers to the interaction between science and technology and social, cultural, political, and economic contexts which shape and are shaped by them. Specific example throughout human history of scientific and technological developments. B. What is science? So, what is science nga ba? So, sabi dito, science came from the Latin word scientia, which means knowledge. Science is an organized and dynamic inquiry following scientific method. So, sinasabi dito na yung science daw is need ng procedure to follow. Second, science is knowledge gained through observation experiment. Science is a human activity. Scientist, it is called scientist. Science is a social enterprise. People. Knowledge, skills, facilities, and apparatus, and technologies. Science leads to formation of concept, methods, principle, theories, law, and procedure which seek to describe and explain nature in its phenomena. So, yung parang example na rin ng theories din sinasabi dito is yung tulad di ba ng Big Bang Theory, theory of evolution, and example rin ng law is yung kay Newton's law. Yung di ba yung law of inertia, law of acceleration, and law of interaction. C. Meaning of technology. Technology came from the Greek word techne, meaning craft or skills, and logos, meaning discourse or reason. So, technology as materials product, result of scientific inquiry, hardware produced by a scientist. Technology as the application of knowledge in solving scientific and practical problems that will help humans to survive and improve his life. Technology as human, cultural activities and endeavors. Technology as modern technology based on the advance of science since the World War II to the present. Technology as a social enterprise. Technology is a complex system of knowledge, skills, people, methods, tools, materials, and resource applied and allocated to the development, operation, and production of a new improved product, process, service. So, We can say na technology is a human attempt to change the world. Because nga, di ba, sa ngayon, technology was upgrading for us to mas mapadali yung lahat ng activities natin. D. Some of the notable human success in the field of science and technology. Humans are ingenious species. Humans, or Homo sapiens, have dreamed up and created some amazing and far-out things. From the moment someone bashed a rock on the ground to make the first sharp-edged tool, to the debut of the wheel, to the development of Mars rovers and the internet, several key advancements stand out as particularly revolutionary. Here are some most important inventions of all time, along with the science behind the invention and how they came out. First, the wheel. The concept of inventing the wheel came during 3500 before Christ. Humans were severely limited in how much stuff they could transport over land, and how far the idea came to connect a non-moving platform to a rolling cylinder. People then invented the wheel and axle, which is the concept of making wheels. The holes at the center of the wheel and the ends of the fixed axles had to be nearly perfectly round and smooth for the wheels to work. So, wheels carts facilitated agriculture and commerce by enabling the transportation of the good to from market, as well as easing the burden of people traveling great distance. So, the wheel nga talaga is very important na kasi they can transport such a goods or things on one place to another place. Sa ngayon, yung wheel na mas nag-improve yung wheels natin kaysa sa dati. But this invention was great and very important, and the importance of wheel is mankind gained the ability to work more efficient and travel more quickly. The compass. Before, mariners navigate with the star, but the methods did not work during the day and cloudy night. The Chinese invented the first compass sometime between the 9th and 11th century. It was made of loadstone, a naturally magnetized iron ore, the attractive properties of which they have been studying for centuries. Soon after, the technology passed on the Europeans and Arabs through nautical contact. The compass enabled mariners to navigate safely far from land, increasing sea trade and contributing to the age of discovery.
Gutenberg, a German who invented the printing press around 1440, through others before him, including inventors in China and Korean, have developed the movable type made from metal. Gutenberg was the first to have created a machine process that transferred the link which he made from the movable types to paper printing process exponentially increase the speed which book copies and could be made, and thus lead to the rapid and widespread dissemination of knowledge for the first time in history. The printing press allows to share large amount of information quickly. And in the printing press allows us to share large amount of information quickly and the huge number of, in fact, the printing press is so significant that it has come to be known as one of the most important invention of our time. The internal combustion engine. In these engines, the combustion of fuel releases high temperature gas which as it expands applies force to piston. Thus combustion engine convert chemical energy into mechanical work. Decades for engineering by many scientists went to designing the internal combustion engine, which took its modern form in the later half of 19th century. The engine is started in the industrial age, which involved an invention of a huge variety of machines, including modern cars. The telephone. Alexander Graham Bell was the first to be awarded a patent of the electric telephone in 1876. Through several inventors did pioneering work on electronic voice transmission. The invention quickly took off and revolutionized global business and communication. The next is penicillin. In the 1928, the Scottish scientist Alexander Fleming noticed a bacteria-filled petri dish in his laboratory. The sample had become contained with a mold, and everywhere the mold was, bacteria was dead, and the antibiotic mold turned out to be fungus. Penicillin, and over the next 2 decades, chemists and sportified its developed the drug penicillin, which fights a huge number of bacteria infection in human without harming the human themselves. Penicillin was being mass and advanced in 1944. The next is the internet. The global system of interconnected computer network used by billions of people worldwide. It is impossible to credit the invention of the internet to a single person, as countless people helped develop. In the 1960s, term of computer scientists working for the U.S. Defense Department Advanced Research Project Agency built a communication network to connect the computers in the agency called ARPANET. It is used a method of data transmission called packet switching. ARPANET was the predecessor of the internet that eventually emerged to become the information superhighway. The next is eco-friendly technologies advantage. These are sustainable technologies that technology utility resource from the environment without causing negative effects to it. Solar energy. Use of solar panels to provide electricity. Ito yung ginagamit pag walang kuryente. The 5 disadvantage and ethical dilemmas of science and technology. Number 1. Threats of human survival. The invention of nuclear weapons in 1945, like nuclear bombing and Nagasaki and that caused deaths of many peoples. This was a product of chemical and biological welfare, toxic waste, and produced by manufacturing components of threaten human survival and stability of environment. Number 2, ethical dilemmas. Exploitation of advanced scientific knowledge and technology device and system give rise to situation in which advise them to have turn agents their beneficiaries, creating ethical dilemmas. The negative effects of technology are numerous, and our much of progress we have to decline. The natural world forests are chopped down, topsoil and waste away rivers and polluted and outways is dumped in the oceans. Number 3, disparities is human well-being. There are advanced countries enjoying science and technology based success and hold high esteem in contemporary society. Economic threat versus millions of people in less developed countries who was not taken endless benefits. Number 4, social and cultural conflicts. Military power is vital for national security of many governments. Superior and highly technical weapons dictated the outcomes of some recent wars. Innovation technologies can have negatively consequences from certain sectors. Consequences include population associated with production process increase, unemployment from labor saving, new technologies, convention of agricultural land and urban areas. Effects of on human psychologically and emotionally, the usage and addiction of new gadgets.